Good evening, and welcome to the first episode of Everyday Miami. I am here with Officer Kenya Reyes of the Miami Police Department. Kenya Reyes, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
I have a few questions for you. How long have you been a police officer?
I have been a police officer for about 5 years now.
Growing up, was being a police officer something that you always wanted to do?
Absolutely. Ever since I was about 10 years old, I realized that I wanted to be a police officer. Now, as I grew a bit closer to my college years, I realized that I always had a passion for journalism. So I went to school, did my 2 years at Miami-Dade Junior College, and then I went to University of Florida and then transferred to FIU, and that's where I got my degree of mass communications.
So, even though you have some background in journalism, who inspired you to become a police officer?
I always had that drive to become a police officer, but my commander of the unit, Delrish Moss, was always my idol, and I knew once I applied for the city of Miami, my goals were to eventually one day be the public information officer. And indeed, he granted me that opportunity with just 3.5 years on. So that is where I find myself today.
Wow, that's amazing. Are there ever some days where you wish you had picked a different career?
Absolutely not. I feel that this is my second family. I feel right at home once I walk in through those station doors.
That's amazing. You don't find many people with that drive to do what they're passionate about. When you arrive at an incident, do your emotions get the best of you according to the crime that's committed?
No, we always try to maintain our professionalism, although we're empathetic and sympathetic to the situation at hand, but we always immediately we are systematic when it comes to our training. There's a lot that we have to see. But our training is what really kicks in our first instincts, and that is what keeps us alive and takes us back home every day.
Where do you see yourself in 3 to 5 years?
I see myself still working for the city of Miami. I want to grow in rank, so I find myself possibly in the sergeant's rank, and my dream is to one day oversee operations here at the Public Information Office.
I must say you speak very well for a police officer. Since you are sort of the spokesman for the department.
I'm one of the spokespersons.
Right. Do you ever feel that journalism aspect of your college career fits into your job?
Indeed. Although I never went into the actual career per se, I just interned at one of the local stations here in Miami, and I never went into the actual media industry, but this is when I really put my degree to work. This is how I've realized that I've been able to combine what I went to school for and what I had a passion for. So that's what I do day in and day out.
Being a police officer consists of long hours. Does that ever have an impact on your social life or taking time away from your family?
No, as a matter of fact, my husband also works here, so
Wow.
He is part of my second family as well. But no, I don't, because I think budgeting your time is paramount for a police officer. So no, it does not affect my family life, and I enjoy my family life as well as my secondary family here as well.
Perfect. Would you recommend this field to any young man or young woman that is undecided on a career?
I would recommend that they explore with what they feel comfortable with. Now, the occupation per se of police officer is something that you shouldn't just sign up to do. You have to have a passion for it. And my suggestion to everyone that comes to the law enforcement industry is that they ride along with an officer, they ask the questions, they research what the actual occupation is, so that they're able to identify what the dangers that the job has as well as those long hours.
And finally, to wrap up this interview, at the end of the day, when everything's all said and done and you're back home, what is one thing that you gain from being a police officer?
That I feel fulfilled, not just because I arrived home, because that is my ultimate goal is to always arrive home safely, but that I know that what I always wanted to do was help someone each and every day. And I feel fulfilled when I get home because I know I helped someone in some way or another.
Well, there you have it, people. A dedicated officer with years of experience and enjoying her career each day in and out. I am Reynaldo Torres, and this is Everyday Miami. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.